This is my 2006 F250 Super Duty. Today I'm going to show you an inexpensive way to make your truck ride a lot better. Now this truck has 238,234 miles on it. And as you can see, the body mounts are pretty worn out. The factory foam mounts have completely disintegrated into nothing, which equates to a pretty rough ride and a really noisy cab. And I think that I may have found a way to get us a way better ride quality without breaking the bank. Now there's a lot of options on the market, such as the factory Motorcraft body mounts, which are several $100s. There's also the polyurethane mounts, which will probably never deteriorate, but they're not going to give you the ride quality that you had when your truck was brand new. Polyurethane doesn't have a lot of give to it, so you're going to feel pretty much every bump on the road and you're going to hear a lot of road noise. Now there's also silicone mounts, which are going to give you a very good ride quality, but for $500 for the set, it's not exactly economical. So after doing some research on Google, I think I found the most cost-effective option with the least amount of effort, which if you're anything like me, that's right up my alley.
Okay, it's not acceptable. You need to work hard.
And that option is Dorman rubber mounts. You can track these down on Amazon, Rock Auto, eBay, pretty much any place that you buy your parts from. And at 30 bucks a pop, you can't beat the price of these.
It's actually now a very low price. In fact, if you have any of them available, I'd like to...
I know where I can sell 1,000 of them at that price.
Right.
Actually, that is a low
That's
price.
right.
Now these are solid rubber mounts from a 2003 F250 Super Duty, but these will work just fine in our 2006. And these are a Dorman part number 924-345. And if you see, these are solid rubber, so these should never deteriorate. Now these Dorman mounts are really nice. They come with everything you need. The upper and lower portions of the rubber mount, as well as a new bolt and washer. Now over here we have a 1978 Ford F150. It's underneath the cover here. But this truck came with solid rubber mounts, and these are 45 years old and they're holding up nice.
Nice. Nice.
Now there are 8 mounts total for the cab, but you don't need all 8. And if you look at the mounts on this truck, the middle cab mounts here, which are directly below the driver and passenger seat, are a solid rubber, so they don't deteriorate and fall out. Whereas the back mounts have a foam rubber hybrid and they deteriorate to nothing. So those are the back mounts and those are the front mounts. You can see that they're in pretty bad shape. Now you also have mounts on the front core support and they're also solid rubber, so those shouldn't deteriorate either. So today we're just going to change that rear mount there and this front mount up here. So let's get this truck up into the driveway and we'll get cracking at it. Now what you're going to need for this project is a floor jack and a few pieces of wood, an impact gun or 1/2-inch ratchet, a couple of big sockets, maybe some screwdrivers, panel clip removers. You got to do some interior work on this thing. And you also probably need a MAP gas torch to heat up the factory Loctite on the threads for the factory mounts. But outside of that, you don't need a whole lot more. So let's get started. Now you're going to want to begin by removing these rear seats. See how easy that was? Now what we need to do is pull these seat belts, as well as this one, pull the sill covers off, and then we'll peel this carpet forward so we can access the rear and the middle body mounts. Now we can start pulling this carpet out. And there we are, the rear carpet is all out of the way. Use these draw straps on the upper handles on the roof, kind of keep the carpet held up and clean it out of your way. And we're gonna have to pop these covers off, and these bolts are already exposed. But before we tear into that, we need to move on to getting this front carpet pulled up so we can access the front body mounts. There we are. Front's pretty easy. Just pull up that little sill there and then peel your carpet back, and now you've gained access to this front mount. Let's knock out the passenger side. Oh, look at that. It's done. So now we can pull these covers off and gain access to the bolt heads. Now for these, I like to use one of these little plastic panel removers. It kind of helps protect this and doesn't bend up your sheet metal. Wedge her in there. Pops right out. Okay, now that we've gained access to all of the bolts, we're going to take our MAP gas and we're going to begin torching this bottom washer here and bolt in an attempt to break loose the factory Loctite that they put on there. All right, we poured a little heat into it. Let's see if we can zip this thing off for a shot. Well, looks like it's spinning. Yep, she's spinning. So you'll get that when these are completely and 100% disintegrated. So I think I'm going to latch a vice grip onto that and hopefully hold it in place so I can zip it the rest of the way out. Just like that, and that worked perfect. The bolt is completely out. Now for the middle of the cab mount, you're just gonna break these loose and pull them out. So when you go to jack the cab up, it doesn't fight you. But we are going to be reusing these factory rubber ones. You see they're cracked a little bit, but overall they're in pretty good shape and saves us a couple bucks and a little bit of work too. So like I said, just break this one loose so you can pick the cab up, but otherwise leave them in place because you're gonna put them right back. All right, we got all these old ones out, and as you can see, they're in poor shape. Just completely falling apart. Not good, but we got these new Dorman units, solid rubber, none of this foam, hybrid rubber, whatever that is. Now, we're gonna get the jack and the pieces of wood. We're gonna do one side at a time. We're gonna start with the driver's side, and you jack it up, pull out all the old mount, stick in the new mount, let it back down, bolt it down, and it's just as easy as that. All right, now you're gonna wanna place your jack right in the center of the cab, next to that center mount that we undid but did not take out, and slowly begin jacking it up. Now, as you can see, we have plenty of room. Take this old one and pop it right out. Looks like the lower portion of this thing is not looking good. All right, now we've got our new mount here. This is the top section, and this is the bottom section. It comes with a new bolt, but that bolt is not gonna work. You're gonna reuse your old bolt here. It's got this big shoulder, thick shoulder here to fit down in that little sleeve there. Couldn't be simpler than that, so let's go ahead and get this new one tossed in. Dang, that looks good. Now we slip our bolt down in there, but you're not gonna be able to tighten it until we lower the truck back down. Now, as you can see, we lifted it up from the middle, and it didn't quite give us enough room to get the front one out. So we're gonna have to jack up from right there to get this front mount completely out of here, I think. Yeah, it's just not enough there, but that's okay. We're gonna lower this down so we can get those threads started on that back mount, move this jack here, pick it up, and get this mount out. There we go, and get these threads started. Outstanding. Oh. All right, there, we got the old one out. Let's grab the new one here. And again, comes with a new bolt, but I'm just gonna reuse the old one. Toss these in the toolbox. Now we can let the jack down. Get this snugged up here. All right, now that we've gotten this driver's side done, let's knock out the passenger side. Okay, we've got our new body mounts in. Now, we just need to tighten each one of the bolts here, get them all torqued down, and then we can start putting this truck all back together. Now that we've gotten all the body mounts tightened down, let's put this interior back together. There it is, back in front. Now let's take this thing for a test drive and see how much better it rides. Man, what a difference. This thing rides so much better than it did before. It's incredible what just a couple $30 body mounts will do to your truck and make it ride a lot better. I'll post a link in the description, so if you decide you want to use those for your project. I'm pretty happy with them, man. The rubber should last a lot longer than the foam or whatever it was from the factory. But yeah, man, like I said, I couldn't be happier. This thing drives great. You know, we're not clanking around, bumping around. As you guys can kind of see, the mount and the body aren't moving around like they were before. So I think we're good to go. So thanks for hanging out and watching me do this today. Drop a like, leave me a comment below. But that's gonna do it for this one. See you next time.